Okay, Wildcats, today we're looking at journal page 14, inverse of cube and cube root inverses. Example 1, find the inverse function f inverse of x for f of x, when f of x equals x plus 4 cubed minus 3. Okay, now, first step is just to analyze the function. We see we have a cubic function, so we have f of x equals x plus 4 cubed minus 3. Okay. All right, next step is to change f of x to y. And then switch x and y. So x equals y plus 4 cubed minus 3. And step 4, solve for y. Okay, so we're going to add 3 to both sides. So then that's x plus 3 equals y plus 4 cubed. Okay, we're going to cube root both sides. And again, from the previous examples, you know that this becomes to the power of 1. So then you just have y plus 4 equals a cube root of x plus 3. Last step, you're going to subtract 4 from both sides. And I might start putting it in the front just so it doesn't get confused with the square root there. So then you have negative 4 plus the cube root of x plus 3 equals y. So f inverse of x equals negative 4 plus the cube root of x plus 3. Which, if you don't are comfortable with that and you really don't like the 4 in the front, you can rewrite this as a cube root of x plus 3 minus 4. Just make sure that you don't accidentally put that under the cube root. All right, go ahead and finish up the first part of example 1. All right, now let's graph f of x and f inverse of x. All right, so let's start. I'm going to make a table on a separate note card because I don't think we have space here. Okay. Now, we can look at the original function. So this means that we go left 4, down 3. Okay, so we know that we can move the origin, right? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2, 3. Okay, but we know that we have 2 points to the left of that and 2 points to the right. Okay, so we know that this is going to be our center point. So this point is negative 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 3. So negative 4. And then, so when x is negative 4, okay. And here's something cool. If you know the parent function, okay. Actually, let me take a step back. I was going to explain that way, but I'm going to just do it here. So let's get to this point first. So that's negative 4 plus 4 cubed. I don't know why I put a square there. That's cubed minus 3. Well, negative 4 plus 4 is 0. 0 cubed is 0. Minus 3 is minus 3. So that point is correct. Okay. Now let's think. Let's go backwards. So backwards would be negative 5. Let's see if we can use negative 5. So then that's negative 5 plus 4 cubed minus 3. Well, negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1. So negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. So that value is okay. Okay. So then let's use negative 6. Okay. So then negative 6 plus 4 cubed minus 3. Well, negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8 minus 3 is negative 11. Okay. Now, if we're going to do negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, let's keep going in this direction. Let's do negative 3. Okay. So then negative 3 plus 4 cubed minus 3. Well, negative 3 plus 4 is 1. 1 cubed is 1 minus 3 is minus 2. And let's try negative 2. Okay, so negative 2 plus 4 cubed minus 3. Well, negative 2 plus 4 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay. And again, you can use Desmos or a calculator to plug those in to verify that these numbers are correct. Okay. All right, so let's graph those points. Okay, so negative 6, negative 11. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. All right, next point is negative 5, negative 4. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the next point would be negative 3, negative 2. So negative 1, 2, 3, negative 2. And you can see how when we transformed, that was our center point. And on a cubic, you should always have a point left 1, down 1, right 1, up 1 from this point. Okay. All right, and then last point is negative 2, 5. So negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now for the inverse, pretty simple. And we're going to do that in yellow. All we have to do is switch the x and y. So we know the inverse is cube root of x plus 3 minus 4. So the x values are now going to be negative 11, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, 5. Y values are going to be negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2. All right, so let's graph those points. So negative 11, negative 6. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then negative 3, negative 4. So negative 1, 2, 3, negative 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 2, negative 1, 2, 3. And then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 2. And if they're inverses, you'll see that they reflect over the f of x equals x line. And they do. So you can see that they are inverses. All right, so go ahead and finish that up. All right, now let's tape this table to that graph. All right, and let's take a look at example 2. All right, inverse of cube and cube root inverse is journal page 14. Find the inverse function f inverse of x for f of x. Okay, so step 1, again, we're just looking at the function. We see that this is cube root. All right, and then step 2, and if you want, you can just write y equals f of x. Okay, so that tells you that we're just writing y equals the cube root of x minus 3 plus 2. And then step 3, we switch x and y. Okay. So x equals, drop my pencil real quick. All right, x equals the cube root of x. Oh, no. And that's a common mistake that you'll make and I make sometimes is when switching x, you want to keep writing as x, but this is y minus 3 plus 2. Okay. Now, last step is to solve for y. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides to get x minus 2 equals the cube root of y minus 3. And we're going to cube both sides. And the reason why we do it to both sides is because of the equality. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other, okay? So then you have x minus 2 cubed equals y minus 3. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So you have 3 plus x minus 2 cubed equals y. So f inverse of x equals 3 plus x minus 2 cubed. Now you can also write that as x minus 2 cubed plus 3. Either one of those is acceptable, okay? All right, so go ahead and finish up the first part of example 1. All right, now let's graph f of x. Now, first thing is you look at the transformation. This is telling us we go right 3 up 2 from the origin, okay? So remember, every function has a origin point at 0, 0, okay? So here we're going to go to the right 1, 2, 3 up 2. Now with the cubic, we know that that's the center point, okay? So in our table, we know that negative 1, or I'm sorry, 3, 2. So x is 3, that's going to be our center point. And we know the function is the cube root of x minus 3 plus 2. So let's plug 3 in and verify that we get positive 2. So that's cube root of 3 minus 3 plus 2. Well, the cube root of 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. So that's correct. Now we know we're going to have points to the left and to the right. So let's just go 3, 2, 1. And let's go 4, 5. Okay. And that's why you want to get the center point first, because that tells you where your points are going to be. So now let's plug in 1. So the cube root of 1 minus 3 plus 2. Well, that's the cube root of negative 2. And so in this case, that's not really going to work. Well, it worked well the last time, but you can't really take the cube root of negative 2. But we can take the cube root of negative 8. So let's change this to negative 5. And the reason now is now you can take the cube root of negative 8, which is negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Okay. Now 2 might still work. Let's try that. So cube root of 2 minus 3 plus 2. That works because then you end up with the cube root of negative 1, which is negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Okay. So now let's see if 4 works. So the cube root of 4 minus 3 plus 2. Well, 4 minus 3 is 1. Cube root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay. Now, let's try 5. I don't think 5 is going to work, but let's see. 5 minus 3. No, because that gives you a 2. We want 8. We want to take the cube root of 8. So let's change the 5 to, let me think, what can we subtract from 3 to give us 8? Well, the answer to that is, I want to say 11. Let's try that. So 11 minus 3 is 8. So then the cube root of 8 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, and again, you can check those values with your Desmos calculator or whatever calculator you have, okay? All right, so let's graph those points. Okay, so then we go to the left, or no, point is negative 5, 0. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5, 0. Okay, and then 2, 1. So 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's graph the inverse. Okay. And the inverse is easy. All you do is switch the x and y values. So this is now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is negative 5, 2, 3, 4, 11. All right, so let's graph that. 0, negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and then 4, 11 is right there. You see that they reflect over the f of x equals x line, so they're inverses. So go ahead and finish that up. There you go. All right, now you finish it up. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to tape this table to the page. And don't forget about your 15 minutes on the Khan Academy SAT prep, and have a wonderful Wildcat day.